Continuing on my videos on Neo-Confucianism, I'm going to be discussing the thinker by the name of Shao Yong, who is, in my opinion, Xiaoyong is very different from these other ones. He's very different from Chudeni, very different from Chongsai or the Chang brothers, very different from Chu Shi. And if I can find Xiaoyong here, see if there's any. I can show that diagram. Shao Yong. Well, this is the book I've been using for these videos. And once I've finished all the people I want to do in this book, there's only one person, there's only one thinker in this book I don't want to discuss. After I finish these, I'm going to be discussing Tui Ge and Yogok in the 4-7 debate. So, Shao Yong. There's a Taoist diagram in here. Yep, there we go. He was born in 1011 AD. He basically, what makes him different from the others, from the Chang brothers and from Chongsai and from all the others, is that Shao looked at reality in a very mathematical way. It was very mathematical, and he looked at taiji as a mathematical thing, a mathematical entity, and he looked at the way things are mathematically. So he looked at the mathematical scheme of reality, and he looked at numbers as the basis of the cosmic structure. So, and if you recall, there are a few certain works which are very important in the Neo-Confucian tradition. We have the 4 books. One is Doctrine of Great Learning, one is Doctrine of the Mean, one is the Analects by Confucius, and the other is the Mencius. Then we have 5 classics. We have the Book of Poetry, the Book of Documents, the Book of Rites, Spring and Autumn, and I Ching, or the Book of Changes, which is very something that is very difficult to read, and was Chudeni himself read I Ching and tried to make a philosophy based off some of the things he read there. Xiaoyong read the Book of Changes and interpreted it as having to do with numbers and as reality as being mathematical in every way possible. Xiao says number is the essence of the universe, and taiji. So he did, he was somewhat interested in the concept of taiji from Chudeni. Taiji is the one, or it is yi or yi. Yi can be pronounced as a yi, or it can be just yi. Taiji is the one, and 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 2 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, and you have this numerical duplication or transformation. So you just have this you just have basically the way, and it's also like Chudeni, because Chudeni had this idea that taiji is the first cause, and everything in the world creates and transforms from taiji, and we have this evolution of contingent events following taiji. And in a way, Xiaoyong is similar to this, because we have this 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, and just we have this numerical evolution in a way, or this transformation, and how taiji is the one, and it is the source of all things. So I have a diagram here. Xiaoyong was influenced by Taoist principles, and this is a Taoist thing. And lots of times you'll see the yin yang the if I can kind of show what the yin yang is, because I know that this is a very common like picture that you'll see, but that's a yin yang. This is not just some symbol. This is a Taoist thing, and that the whole yin yang and the whole there was a Taoist. You know, normally you would see the symbol I just drew. You would see the yin yang, and you would see all these notches or these things around it, and you would kind of, it'd be a numerical thing, or you would see like these little notches. This here is like how we have 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and focus, Daniel. Okay. The exposure. Sorry. How you have this numerical evolution. This whole these little notches are all Taoist. That's kind of where he got that from, was the Taoists. And that which cannot be named is Tao, or the way. And the Tao is taiji. Tao and taiji are the same thing. Taiji is the one, and that's where from which everything comes. And taiji is again the ontocosmological foundation of everything for Xiaoyong. And basically, you have Qi, vital force, and you have Shen, which is spirit. And then you have Shin, mind, and then you have Taiji, which is Su. And that, in a way, is how things can evolve. The Tao is yin yang, the solid line, and the broken line. Those things can be combined together to make numbers. And heaven is find it. Did I find it? Oh. This is heaven. The line's solid. This is earth. Qian and Kun. And there are 8 diagrams of numbers, and you have Qi, which has to do with heaven and its movement, and you have tranquility, which is this is a theory of cosmic evolution, and this is a numerical theory of cosmic evolution. And you go from one to many, from abstract to concrete, and you have interaction and consolidation of everything, from with heaven and earth, Qian Kun, and Li Qi, and everything consolidates in the way of heaven, and the earth also actualize. Man is known as the seeker of sagehood. Man observes with his mind. Observation with principles inherent in things. So, in a way, you observe with your mind, and it's not really an empirical thing. You can conceptually observe things without using perceptual things. The world has nature, Shane, principles, Li, and destiny, Ming. One cannot be a sage while going beyond the knowledge of the world. So you can't try to go towards what is transcending the world, this world. And this is also, Xiaoyong is like Chudini in that Xiaoyong is somebody who is trying to argue an objective reality, and a realist ontology, and also a theory of cosmic evolution here also. Knowledge doesn't come from sense perception, and um, and it's not mind in the sense of a taiji mind. It's mind in the sense of that you can observe concepts not with your mind perceptually. Shao Yong um, looks at morality, but also in the same as Chudni by the cardinal virtue of Chang, or sincerity, which is the cardinal virtue, um, and that history is an infinite series of cycles, and Chang is also has to do with personhood and selfhood, and that's also about the person. Morality is also about the person, and it's more than just Li. It's Ren also. Um, so you kind of have a version of Chudini. What I'm thinking here is you have a version of Chudini, but in a numerical way, and he's a Xiaoyong is also somebody who is a dualistic monist in that how you have everything that does consolidate together into one thing. How Li and Qi do consolidate together. Well, he doesn't use Li and Qi specifically, but Yin and Yang consolidating together makes one thing. Heaven and Earth interacting together makes one thing. However, you do have heaven and you have Earth. You have yin and yang. You have all these different things among your one. So you have a dualistic monism here. So, and he has an interesting idea of history in that history is an infinite series of cycles. So, if you think I've messed something up or left something out in discussing Xiaoyong, do let me know, and I might add to this if necessary. Oh, what does Xiaoyong mean by? I wanted to read this. What does Xiaoyong mean by observation of things? He says, "What I mean by the observation of things does not mean observing with one's eyes." I said that kind of already. It is not observation with one's eyes, but observation with one's mind. Nor is it observation with one's mind, but observation with principles inherent in things. There is nothing in the universe without its own principles, Li, nature, and destiny. What I mean by principle is that which can be known only after it has been investigated to the depths. What I mean by nature is that which can be known only after it has been completely developed. What I mean by destiny is that which can be known only after it has been fulfilled. So, there you also have here again a ontology, ethics, religion, and a epistemology also. Yeah, I think, yeah. Thank you.